Here's the front of the house here. It's a center hall colonial brick home, uh, very traditional and formally organized. Portico front entry is very formal, and this is that circle window above the entry that we've talked about when it comes to the second floor hallway and opening that back up to allow that to kind of create a sitting area in the hallway. Um, Very traditional house, and here you can see the addition off the back, which we've used a more kind of um, contemporary industrial minimal kind of approach. Um, the idea is that the addition contrasts and complements the original brick house, not trying to mimic or replicate that. Um, I feel that that's really a better approach in most of these situations. And this is a house that is very common throughout the country, certainly here in the Philadelphia and South Jersey area. Um, so this is an approach to dealing with design that I think is more valid than trying to mimic. Um, as we go around, um, this was the original addition that was put on the house by a previous owner, probably sometime in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was done well from a construction standpoint. It's a cedar siding and Anderson windows. Um, the detailing is pretty poor. No trim around the windows. The half circle window, trying to emulate and mimic um, the one in the brick wall and the brick gable on both sides of the house. Um, this is just a way for some designers to try to link the two pieces. Um, and in reality, as you can see, it doesn't work very well. Um, it's a shed roof, and they put this little gable in here to try to get that half window to convince you that it belongs next to this house. But as you can see, these houses seem like they're standing next to each other, or that this addition seems like it's standing next to this house. The house is a high quality house. The bay window here is very well done. The windows are in good shape. The brick is nicely done. Um, and then again, the choice here is to try to mimic it, and it just falls so short um, that it feels like they're kind of just standing next to each other. Um, our approach was to remove that gable that was shown in the original edition, and to darken and use black and gray on the addition part of the house to contrast and complement, actually act as like a shadow to the brick house. Um, it sits back, as you can see. A dark facade um, will tend to recede into the landscape and environment, whereas brick and light color houses will tend to move forward. So again, here is the original, um, poorly detailed, even for what it's trying to do. You can see the half circle window here and the half circle window here. Um, One looks absolutely fake. The other one looks absolutely authentic. Um, it's just so the organization of these windows is set not because of the way the room's going to be used, but because they think that this is the best replication of what the house is doing. And in actuality, it's pretty much um, not what the house is doing at all. So let's go back to um, the after picture. Here's an evening, early dusk picture showing the outdoor sitting area um, and the family room on the inside and the primary suite above. Um, Living rooms back here in the bay. Um, In this window is the primary bath, and then a kid's bedroom in the front here. Um, as you can see, that this um, the design of this facade and the design of this addition now really is trying to play second fiddle to the original brick home. And you'll hear a lot of people talk about a blend or a mix or of contemporary homes that just don't work with a traditional neighborhood. Um, I think this is a good example of how I feel, which is that a contemporary building can really complement a traditional structure, um, and even more so than trying to mimic it. That mimicking it is the real disrespect um, for the original and authentic structure. That we ought to be building authentic structures of our own that complement and honor the buildings that were created before. So I think that that does that. I think that this project does that well. Go to here again, no more gable and fake gable and a little half circle window up here to try to mimic this one. Instead, this is being its own piece and this is being its own piece. And they're working well together, complementing, like I said previously. Here's an example of looking from across the way. This is a corner home, so pretty much all sides of this house are visible except for this side back here in the trees. Um, and this is just a good example of how, um, in addition to an existing traditional home, especially a center hall, brick colonial can be enhanced by creating a shadow, something that actually makes it stand out, not trying to mimic it. This is the corner of the existing brick home and the entry into the living room. And I think that you've seen this in my presentation of the family room area. This is just a closer look at how the sitting area works outside. This sitting area was here prior to our reworking the addition. Um, it's in our plans, and we're excited about the opportunity to come back to this project and create a pergola that will work over top of this sitting area, creating some privacy from the street. Where the step is, we're talking about putting a fireplace um, and some sliding panels, which will give some privacy to the space. Um, we're really looking forward to that, and we're thankful when we get an opportunity to increase the aesthetic appeal and usability of projects that we've worked on before. It's amazing how many projects that we tend to get to spend more than one project working on, um, and we're always thankful for that opportunity. That's the end of this video series, and I hope it was educational and that it helped you understand how I think about the design process when working with a project that incorporates a brick traditional home and an addition to that home.